This is what I'm seeing on all the message boards. I'm seeing it on Twitter. I have such a skewed opinion because I think you do too, because we've both been through this, but everyone is talking about the winter workouts competitor of the day. B, like what's your take on this? Because I'm gonna go in on this a little bit. I want to give you the floor right now to talk about the winter workout competitor of the day and how much Penn State social media is eating this up and why.
I mean, I'll start with, I'm glad they are, focused and paying attention. I mean, that's good. It's in sense of just, all eyes are always on the program. When it comes to winter workouts, for those that may not know, it's the grueling part of the off season for these kids, these guys. It's on the field, 5:00, ready to go. So you're getting up 4:30. And it's the toughest workout. It's more of almost to me, it's more of at least it was for us, more of a mental battle than it's physical too. Don't get me wrong. A mental and physical battle of fortitude, to really chisel the armor of all right, we're warriors, we're grinding. This is off season, getting us prepped for the season to come. And what Penn State does is they anoint a workout warrior of the day per position. And what I know you're alluding to is the quarterback position, which we're all paying attention to this offseason with the two guys that we had last season, but also the new incomer, Grudemeyer, the kid that just enrolled. And, there's a lot of stock being put in that Drew has not been named a workout warrior of the day. I believe
he got one.
He got one? Okay, he got one. That's good. I thought he still didn't have any. But, Prabula has been racking them all up, which, I mean, look, it's no shock that the more athletic guys are winning these awards. I mean, Drew, bigger set guy. Yeah, I think he reminds me of a Big Ben type S size, weight to. I don't know what he officially weighs, but
he's bigger than I was. Yeah. He's 240 almost, 245. I mean, he's a big cat. Yeah, and he's a good athlete.
That's a natural 240, which as he matures, I'm sure he'll trim up and things like that, but that's later down the line. So I think it's probably been if I can imagine. Because I was not the best guy. I may have won one or two as well, but I'm not putting too much stock into it because it's when I look at Bo and I look at Drew just off athleticism, I'm going to put my money on the smaller, quicker, more athletic guy on the type of drills that are going down on these early mornings.
Before we get to the next topic, we're going to take a minute to talk about Factor Meals. Now, I know that there's a ton of food delivery service options out there. I'm going to stand on the table here and say this. Factor Meals does it different. Pre-prepared, chef-crafted, dietitian approved. We've gotten a chance to test them here at the Pocket. I just got mine this past week. Phenomenal meals, super easy. Throw them in the oven. Like I said, they're pre-prepared. Pop them out, throw them on a plate. I'm a new father, got a wife. I'm unfortunately the one that does the majority of the cooking in the house. So whenever I need a break, this is a great option for me. Meals, 2 minutes or less. They got snacks. They got smoothies. They got little juice drinks. It's super flexible. It fits into my schedule when need be. No mess. I also do the dishes. So therefore, minimal dishes when it comes to preparation with Factor Meals. Really, really, really highly recommend them for your day-to-day operation. So if you like what I'm talking about, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, please head over to factormeals.com/pocket50 and use code pocket50 to get 50% off. That's code pocket50 at factormeals.com/pocket50 to get 50% off. I know that's a lot of pocket 50s, but you guys get the gist. 50% off to cut into about 75% of your meal prep time. Phenomenal, and I highly recommend them.
So that's a good point because I dealt with that with Trace, right? I dealt with that with Trace.
And you were an athlete. Like you said, Drew was bigger than you were.
Yeah. But I mean, on a different kind of a same wavelength, I get it. I had to sell the fuck out if I wanted to win in sprints running with
the middle group that we usually win with. Like I had to, and I did, but like I get that, and that's why I think it's like a little ridiculous. Like Drew's, it's not like Drew's not working hard. Right. Like you outlined this perfect. To me, winter workouts is not about competing at all. It is, but it's not. It's about surviving and building a foundation with a group of guys. Like I'll paint the picture. B was there, like B said, we're in there dumb early. Like I was in the hot tub at like 4:00 every day, getting mentally prepared. I was literally doing a meditation session in the hot tub before winter workouts at 4 a.m. I would wake up 30-minute increments starting at 1:00. Right. Dreading nervous, dude. Not even nervous, just like this is gonna blow. and we go in. We wouldn't even stretch. Coach would blow a whistle, and we'd have to run 2 laps full speed around Haluba. Tighten our backs up instantly. Back shot. Dudes were locked up. Then we would go into like a light position drill when we were allowed to, and then we'd go into stretch. So like, dude, you were just miserable from the jump. And then it was, what was it, like 7? Station. It was like 7 or 8. And we started at like 7 minutes a session, a rotation. And you would do like one drill for 7 minutes straight. And we were broken up into pretty tight groups. Like we didn't have like long lines. Like you basically would finish your rep, get in the back of the line, have like maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds tops. And then you were back going again, whether it was like Chuck Losey with the martini drills or Deej with the mat drills. It was just like, you were just surviving, dude. Like that's the best way I can put it. So I know I got fired up there. I got on a rant, but it's one of those things where some guys are going to finish first than other guys, but it's not because the other guy is like not trying. Yeah. Everyone's just surviving. Everyone's dying. And like you have your competitive points throughout the thing. Coach Franklin likes to throw in those tire pulls, all the other stuff. The sled push one, I remember, like he would put me against Trace after we had already done sled pushes and everything with, sled sprints. Like it was just kind of one of those things that you would throw out, and it's more like little breadcrumbs that I think differentiate who the coaching staff is going to say was the competitor of the day for the quarterback room or the linebacker room or the whatever. It was, it was what it was. I promise you we weren't going home talking about it. Like we all were just tapping each other up like, all right, that's it. I remember I think the last year in our apartment, it was me, Sickles, Brendan Mann. No, it was the first year in our apartment. It was me, Sickles, Brendan Mann, and Andrew Nelson. I literally had a stack of papers because I think there's like 15 winter workouts. Numbered 1 through 15, and when we would get back to the apartment after the winter workout, we would literally go and light that number on fire out in front of the mini apartments and burn it. So that's just.
It's funny you say like we do not talk about it after the fact. Yeah. Only most we probably talked about was who puked, who had a rough go, how bad it was, and then it was like, all right, I don't want to talk about that again because we know we got it in another day. Or a day later, we got to do it again. And I remember freaking, what was it? Econ 102. This is my second take of Econ. 9 a.m. across campus. I forget which building. And I was doing great.
Oh yeah, that was a 15-minute walk, dog.
And it was
at least.
I used to tell people winter workouts were so tough. When you take a nap at 7 a.m., your first nap at 7 a.m., you're beat. So I would take a nap before classes, 9 a.m. across campus. I wake up from my nap at 8. Maybe I snooze a little bit, and it's snowing, like downpour snow, and I did not make it to class this day. But in hindsight, I needed to go because I didn't turn in a homework. It threw me off my class schedule. I had to take another class the next semester. Oh, I was so pissed. I can only be mad at myself. I called the professor. I gave every excuse I could. Baby on the way. Car broke down. He wasn't biting it. But that's how rough the workouts were, man.
And the other thing is like that like hour and 15-minute nap
when you woke up, you felt like you woke up like the next week.
Ooh.
It was like you felt like you slept for 10 days. You went into a damn coma.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's cool and all. The program does it. I think it adds a little spice to the dead period and off season and something for us fans to look forward to. But I just really wanted to take some time there to paint the picture of what winter workouts is really all about from two old heads.
Yeah.
And now I think you guys know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think you guys can understand where I come from when I'm talking about this. Like, I don't talk about this ever because it's not about that. It's about finishing it, checking the box, and keeping it moving.
Yeah, for sure. And that it's not to discredit any of the guys that have won or are winning.
Yeah.
It's kudos to them, great work. But when it comes to Saturdays in the fall, some of those guys will contribute, but there will be a lot of other names that we did not see pop up during this period that will be, game changers week in and week out. So it's an important thing for college football and the team, but it's not the most important thing.
Yeah. It's a culture. Yeah. It's a culture builder.
So you remember that our first winter workouts after our freshman season? We had maybe 40 walk-ons due to the, sanctions and things of that nature. And that sliced probably like more than half of them quit during that first winter workout series.
Bro, I still remember the infamous, he wasn't even a walk-on, Tanner Hartman, who was going to be a good player for us. And it was the damn, he walked out the back door. The only thing that was left of him was snow footprints leaving Paluba Hall, walking back to the locker room. Walked out the door, dude. Man. So
a lot of heated discussions between players and coaches during these winter workouts, for sure.
Yeah, they go, man. They go. So
and I'll be remiss to say, I'm pretty sure I was undefeated in tire pool. Maybe I might have been challenged 5 or 6 times. I'm pretty sure I lost in a sled battle. Sleds weren't my thing, but tire pool I was great at.
Yeah. I can't even remember, but I know Trace and I did have a good, like Trace and I, although Trace was a different athlete, we matched up pretty well with some things.